You are facing a crucial moment in your life, where every choice seems to carry immense weight. The options appear as forks in the road, each with its own possibilities and consequences. The indecision you feel is intense, and the magnitude of the decisions to be made leaves you anxious and apprehensive. The future seems uncertain, and each choice you make becomes a test of your skills and capabilities. The pressure to decide correctly makes you feel as though you are in a maze with no exit, where each step might lead to an unknown and potentially risky path. This situation makes you question if you are prepared to deal with the repercussions of your choices and if you really have control over your destiny. The feeling of being paralyzed in front of the options is overwhelming. Each choice seems to have a deep and lasting impact, trapping you in a cycle of doubt. Anxiety begins to take over, fueled by uncertainty and the fear of making a mistake. You try to analyze each possibility, weigh the pros and cons, but the more you think, the more the decisions seem complicated and confusing. Your mind becomes a whirlwind of thoughts, where worries about the future mix with insecurity about your own abilities. The fear of making the wrong choice leaves you stagnant, unable to move forward, which only intensifies the feeling of being overwhelmed. Each option seems equally valid and frightening, and this perception contributes to a growing sense of helplessness and despair. Each decision seems to carry significant weight, and you feel lost amid so many alternatives, unsure of which to choose. The magnitude of the choices you need to make is creating intense pressure on you. Each option before you seems to be loaded with the potential to change your life in profound and unpredictable ways. The difficulty in seeing a clear path among these alternatives heightens the sense of disorientation. You begin to feel that your choices are not just about the present, but also have the power to shape the future in ways you cannot fully predict. The responsibility that comes with each decision becomes a burden, and the difficulty in visualizing a simple solution or a right answer leaves you paralyzed. Confusion and insecurity grow as you try to reconcile the various possibilities, which only intensifies the feeling of being lost in a sea of alternatives. Indecision becomes an endless cycle, where with each passing minute the anxiety increases, and you find yourself unable to move forward. The fear of making the wrong decision causes you to hesitate and constantly rethink each possibility. This vicious cycle makes you feel trapped in a state of paralysis, unable to take concrete action. Internal and external pressure increases as time passes and opportunities narrow. Each moment of indecision feels like an eternity, and you find yourself caught between the desire to act and the fear of making the wrong choice. This situation creates an environment of constant tension, where doubt and insecurity dominate, making progress increasingly difficult. The inability to break free from this cycle of indecision only amplifies the feeling of frustration and helplessness, making each step even more challenging. The pressure to make the right decision can be oppressive, causing you to question if you are truly prepared to handle the consequences. The magnitude of the potential impact of your choices makes each decision seem like a colossal responsibility. You wonder if you have the wisdom and experience needed to make the right choice, and this constant doubt only increases the sense of uncertainty. The fear that your decisions might lead to negative or irreparable consequences creates a significant psychological burden. This feeling of being at the mercy of your own choices can be overwhelming, especially when you worry about the potential repercussions for your life and the lives of those around you. The need to get it right becomes a burden, and you find yourself struggling to find the confidence needed to move forward, while internal and external pressures only intensify your state of anguish. The options before you seem equally appealing and frightening, and doubt only grows as you try to analyze each one. The difficulty in deciding comes from the sense that each choice has its own set of advantages and disadvantages, and all seem equally plausible. As you try to weigh the pros and cons, you realize that each alternative has its own appeal and implications, which only confuses you further. The fear of missing out on a valuable opportunity or choosing a path that may not be the best causes you to hesitate and reconsider repeatedly. The perception that there is no clear solution prevents you from feeling secure in your choice, and the constant comparison between options creates a state of mental paralysis. This cycle of doubt and excessive analysis amplifies the feeling of being in a maze with no exit, where every decision seems equally uncertain and challenging. You start to feel overwhelmed, as if the future depends entirely on your current choice, which only intensifies the fear. The idea that one decision could have such a huge impact on your destiny creates an immense psychological burden. Each option seems to carry the promise of a completely different future, and this responsibility makes the fear even more intense. The feeling that everything is at stake and that the future could be shaped by a single choice makes you feel stuck, unable to make a decision without fearing the possible consequences. Anxiety grows as you consider the magnitude of the potential impact of each choice. The fear of the unknown and the pressure to get it right make the task of deciding seem overwhelming, as if luck itself is hanging by a thin thread. This feeling of being on the edge of a precipice, where each step could lead to an irreversible change, amplifies your insecurity and desire to find a perfect solution. Trust your intuition. Often, your intuition is a valuable source of guidance when the mind is overwhelmed and analysis seems to lead nowhere. When you find yourself in the midst of indecision, intuition can be a silent guide that helps to clarify the path. It is shaped by your experiences, feelings, and accumulated knowledge, functioning as an internal thermometer indicating what might be more aligned with your values and deepest desires. Listen to that internal sense that arises when you ponder a choice. Often, it can reflect a deeper knowledge than you realize. Intuition is not infallible, but it can offer an additional perspective when logical reasoning seems insufficient. Trust yourself and what you feel, as this confidence can help reduce anxiety and bring more clarity to your decision-making process. Don't let the fear of making a mistake paralyze you. It is natural to fear the consequences of a wrong decision, but this fear should not prevent you from acting. Every choice comes with uncertainties and risks, but paralysis solves nothing. It only prolongs the state of indecision and increases anxiety. Remember that action, even if imperfect, can lead to new insights and opportunities. Sometimes, the simple act of making a choice and moving forward can bring the clarity you seek. Mistakes are inevitable and part of the learning and growth process. Accepting that making mistakes is a natural part of life can help reduce fear and uncertainty. Instead of fearing errors, use them as tools to learn and adjust. Making a decision and facing the consequences, good or bad, is a way to move forward and overcome the paralysis that comes from indecision. Evaluate each option carefully, but know that no path is perfect. Perfection is an illusion that often creates unnecessary pressure on us. Each choice comes with its own set of pros and cons, and it is rare to find an option that does not carry some degree of uncertainty or risk. When evaluating your alternatives, it is important to recognize that all decisions have positive and negative aspects, and the goal is not to find the perfect choice, but rather the one that aligns best with your values and goals. Accepting that errors and imperfections are part of the journey can free you from the pressure of seeking an ideal solution. Focusing on making a choice you believe to be the best based on current information and context can be more productive than striving for an unattainable perfection. Trust your ability to make adjustments and learn from experiences, regardless of the decision you make. Seek inner peace and divine guidance, as this can help you make decisions with more confidence and less fear. When you feel overwhelmed and anxious, seeking a state of calm and inner clarity can provide a more balanced perspective. Practices like meditation, prayer, or reflection can be powerful tools to calm the mind and find a deeper connection with your own inner wisdom. By seeking divine guidance, you may find comfort and direction beyond logic and rational analysis. Believing that a higher force is helping to guide your choices can offer significant relief and strengthen your confidence in the decision you make. Allow yourself moments of silence and introspection to listen to what your heart and soul have to say. This practice not only helps reduce anxiety, but also provides a sense of support and certainty that can make the decision-making process clearer and less intimidating. Now, let's say a prayer. Lord, I come to you seeking guidance, asking that you illuminate my path and help me find clarity in my choices. In the midst of the confusion and fear I feel, I ask that your divine light guide me, showing me the most accurate direction to follow. Help me discern between the options before me and recognize the choice that aligns best with your purposes for my life. Grant me the wisdom to understand the implications of each decision and the serenity to accept the path I choose. May your presence bring me peace, dispelling the doubts and anxiety that torment me. May I trust in your guidance, knowing that even in uncertainty, your love and direction are always with me. Lord, strengthen my faith and give me the courage to make decisions with confidence, knowing that your hand guides every step I take. Grant me the courage to move forward, even when uncertainty haunts me, and help me trust in your guidance. When fear and doubt threaten to paralyze me, let your strength be my support and your presence envelop me with a sense of security and calm. In moments of indecision, Grant me clarity to discern the best path and confidence to make choices that reflect my faith in your plans for me. Lord, help me set aside anxiety and trust in my ability to make the right choice, knowing that your wisdom surpasses any uncertainty I face. May I confront each challenge with an open heart and focused mind, always seeking your guidance and allowing your will to prevail over my worries. By your grace, strengthen me to move forward with confidence, knowing I am supported by your love and care. I ask that your peace fill my heart and mind, enabling me to make decisions with confidence and accept the outcomes with serenity. Lord, amidst the turbulence and chaos of my worries, I long for a peace that surpasses human understanding. May your peace, which transcends all understanding, calm my emotions and bring an inner balance that allows me to make decisions with clarity and tranquility. Help me accept any outcome that results from my choices, knowing that your guidance has been present at every step along the way. Grant me the serenity to accept that, regardless of the outcome, your will is being fulfilled and that the future is in your hands. Strengthen my trust in your goodness and your plan for my life, so that I may face any situation with unwavering faith and a tranquil heart. Lord, envelop me with your peace, and may it guide and sustain me at all times. Amen. Remember that you are not alone in this journey of decisions. Amidst the doubts and fears, it is important to recognize that there is divine support and a greater source of strength you can turn to. Trust in your ability to do your best with the available information and resources, and know that each choice is an opportunity to grow and learn. Allow yourself the courage to act and the wisdom to accept that, even amidst uncertainty, there is always a greater purpose guiding your decisions. Believe that you can overcome the paralysis of indecision and find the path that resonates most with your heart and beliefs. May you find comfort and confidence in your journey, knowing that divine support and inner peace are always by your side. Move forward with faith and determination, and let each step lead you closer to a bright and blessed future.